Hi, welcome. It's Jen Healy. I'm coming back with the yoga swings, and we just finished up with this really incredible training last week, and then something came up for me, and I thought it would be so potent to share it with you. So if you're a high level player, if you're a high performer, if you're like a next level leader and you have a lot going on in your life, and you know so many different modalities, you've studied a lot, you've tried a lot of things, and you still feel like something is missing, then this is going to be for you. Because I know for me, dedicating my whole life to this path for almost 30 years now, things still come up. And I woke up this morning with a kink in my neck and some sort of nerve pinch, and then I went to do my normal practices and it wasn't helping. So then it reminded me, I just did a week of focusing on the suspended somatics therapy and working with the pillar and the energy body and how to create the techniques. And so I thought, wouldn't it be great to just jump on and share with you what I do with the body when something comes up? Because we don't need more information. We actually need to slow down and listen and feel it. And to feel the body, because the body is highly intelligent, will give us the answer, will tell us what's going on. So, tiny little backstory. I was editing a bunch of things last night, putting together the playlist for you guys, since I have this virtual training recorded, so it's available for replay. And I lost one of the most important pieces for me, which was like the discussion and sharing more about why I do what I do. And so when that suddenly disappeared, it reminded me back in the 90s when I was in grad school, and back in the day, the computers, you know, they would suddenly just freeze and completely turn themselves off and reboot themselves and all these things where we would lose a ton of information. And all of this memory got stuck in my neck, which was like an emotional charge of like panic or being distraught. And I went to bed thinking, you know what, I'll make the most of this, I'll pivot, I'll create another free offering, a free masterclass for today to share with you and show with you live what I do. And so just that idea of transforming and transmuting something that looked like a loss into a gift, I'm here back with you. This is an extra bonus for the virtual live stream. And if you're somebody who wakes up with back pain or something happens and you know specifically that that external experience holds in your body, I'm going to show you how to work with that. I'm going to show you how to process that, because the body already knows, and it's this incredibly intelligent, advanced technology that's constantly in communication with you. So how do we work with this? First of all, we have to slow it way down. So stick with me. Even if you don't have a swing yet, I highly recommend getting the swing training combo. You basically get that for more than 50% off right now with this special. It's basically like you get a free swing with the virtual training, which is a huge gift. So just stick with me, and you can actually do this without the swing. But utilizing the swing, I'm going to focus on neck and shoulders today, but it could be anywhere along the spine. First, just allow yourself to slow down and breathe. Right? So we're going to feel the body from the inside. And what I'm really good at doing, sensing the field and being intuitive and being able to read your body, is that if you're not able to figure out what is this pattern, I know so much about movement, about exercise, about healing, and it's still showing up this pattern in your body. Let me work with you. Let me help you one-on-one, and you can send me a DM, you can send me a request, and then we can book a one-on-one session. And then if you've been really craving community and to play together, if you're a high-level player and you wish that you had other people to practice with, I'm actually doing these MetaVision. It's like a full day Mojo Dojo for my quantum players, for all of my extended family, friends, and clients in my community to get together and practice together. And I love playing in small group fields so we can all go deep, we keep it concentrated, and we get real. We talk about what's really going on for us and what we're all doing in order to help support that transformation. So every month I'm doing that either in the Bay Area or Maui. So you can actually join a group field in person, But right now, let's just focus on the virtual, just throwing out these little cues that there are other opportunities to connect. And I would love to work with you one-on-one if you have something going on in your body and you're having difficulty figuring out the pattern, or even if you know the pattern and it still isn't changing, I can definitely help assist with that energetic release, but also giving you the practices to empower you and your body to not only manage it, but let's get to the core root of it and start to change it. So I'm going to just gently get into the swing today. My neck is feeling definitely better. I can move it, but we have to get into kind of the energetic patterning in the micro movements, especially anything having to do with the neck. You know, the left and right sides represent the masculine, feminine, the yin and yang. The upper body and lower body have their own flavor and their own soul signatures that come through. The neck and shoulders have to do with like responsibility and surrender and this idea of being able to change directions and move forward. Today happens to be the spring equinox for those that are joining me live. It is a beautiful 0 point day for us to change energies into the spring, which means that we're letting go of the past. We're saying goodbye to all that has been accumulating and allowing for this fresh start and the newness of spring to start to change the way that we're interacting with the body. So let's go ahead and get into the swing if you're practicing with me. And I'd love to share with you just maybe 10-20 minutes of what I do when something shows up in the body. And for those that got a chance to watch the free Thursday play day, it's going to be a lot of the same poses, but again, it's our intentionality, it's our presence, it's our breath, it's our feeling. And I'm just going to get in and gently rock from side to side to create space in the entire spine. And while I'm doing this, I'm truly connecting. I'm feeling my hips. I'm feeling all of the little nooks and crannies. I'm feeling the space open up in between, and I'm adjusting my weight. We don't want this to be too much. That's one thing that I've learned when coming into this practice. I was showing you guys a lot of, it was pretty packed, you know, the training in particular, because I'm sharing a lot of information, but then I want you to slow down and I want you to feel it in your body, and I want you to get it on a deeper cellular level, which changes the energetic patterns. And especially for my high level players, you know, for the people who are really here to make a huge impact, you know, the change agents and the shapeshifters, frequency holders, there's a lot coming at us. There's a lot that we're experiencing. And even if we have the right mindset and we know what to do, we have to be it. We have to embody it, because the body holds the capacity for these frequencies to be lived. And we don't want to just know it. We want to really transform it into lived embodied wisdom. Then we can have the greater impact. Then we can be living with the highest level of vitality and optimal health. And that's really what I've designed this practice for people who do want to take their either personal practice or their private practice to the next level. So when I say next level leader, it doesn't have to be in politics or even business, even though I welcome all professionals. It can be somebody who is a practitioner in another modality, in another therapy, and they're looking for the next thing because their practice has plateaued, or they've just seen things leveling out and they're not getting the same results with their clients and their customers that they wish they know is possible, and they're looking for the next thing. This is it. That's that next thing. So let's go ahead and gently, since we're working with the neck and shoulders today, gently move into a lunge. So what I want to do, even while you're with me and feeling and listening, bring a little bit more attention into what is happening in your own body. Just breathe into it and pulse. What I love about the swing is that I'm utilizing gravity. The swing is creating an interface, something for me to reference and to feel. Come on up, nice and slow. So that's the first time that I was able to hang without pain this entire day. So just even being with it for a few minutes and taking the time to feel. Let's see what happens on this side. This is my right, your left. And even that is much better. So what I'm doing is I'm systematically creating more space in the body, and I'm supporting my weight and doing these tiny little micro movements, these tiny little pulses where I can just roll around. And we're just going to do a few key postures today. I mainly just wanted to share with you in this discussion piece as well as practice piece why this is so important to me. After decades of working with people, really over 20,000 people over the last 27 years, I have learned that the patterns in the body have less to do with the exercise we're doing and managing that way. And it even doesn't even have to do with our mindset and what we've been thinking. It's about the integration of the mind, the body, and the being all working together synergistically. And if something gets off, like for me last night, some information that was really important to me disappearing, what happens to my body and the memories that come up and what my mind tells me, and then what my being knows as an opportunity. So it took a little while. I had to have a nice cry and release that memory of frustration and feeling like panic. Even though everything's fine, we have lots of opportunity here, we have a new video, it was the relationship to it that needed to change. And then once my mindset changed, as you can see, my body was processing that all night from what I described with this neck pain and waking up with a pinch. And so then when I woke up, I knew what it was, but then instead of just running it over and just trying to make the pain go away and fix it, I was like, the timing of this is too impeccable. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to share with you what I do, how I work with it, what it means, and can we really trust this intelligent, advanced technology and this mechanism that is asking us to slow down, listen, pause, change direction, and this opportunity can be missed if we're just trying to run it over or make it go away because we have so many demands on us or we don't have that type of time. Well, as soon as the body talks, as you well know, if you don't listen to the small signs, it will get bigger, and that's when people land in bed for the week with the flu or wind up having like a major acute injury, or accident. And we don't want to wait for that. We don't want to wait for the piano to fall on our head. Let us take the time and really listen and feel together. And I am here to support you. So when we work together, it's so much better together. I'm coming into my supported back bend. I'm going to use my hands even more. I'm going to use my hands to support my neck. And I want to really hold this part of the body. If you're working with a part of the body, and if you happen to be having neck pain right now, I really hope that this is helping you, because if we just hold that part of the body and take time to breathe into it and ask it, really listen, what does it need? And I keep getting this image of the bottleneck, and that's pretty literal, with the neck, and it wants to expand like an aperture. There's a contraction right where the C7 joint, the interface between the structure, the bones, and the nervous system. It feels like the nerve is getting pinched. And so I keep getting this image of like an aperture opening. And so what I'm going to do, if you remember from our practices, or if you're new, I work with the pillar of light that runs along the central pathway of the spine. So I'm going to actually imagine, instead of that pillar being very narrow, I'm going to make it really wide. Instead of even 3 inches wide, I'm going to make that 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 inches wide. So I'm kind of opening up the aperture and opening up the pathway, kind of like expanding a river so that more energy can flow. And I want to make sure that that's even. That pillar of light that runs along the pathway, that's even from the tailbone all the way up to the crown. And we did a lot of this in the virtual training, in the 5-day training. So please do consider hopping on board. Listen to your body. If you feel that nudge, if you feel that pull, it's because your body is saying, "Ooh, yes, I need that. I want that. That feels good. That is good. That's exactly what I need right now. So listen to that nudge. Listen to that pull, because your body already knows what it needs. And if you're here, there's something that's calling you and drawing you to the next level. And I encourage you to just go for it. It's incredibly affordable. It's super accessible. It's all replays, plus these additions of masterclasses, which I'll probably do every week. Whenever something comes up, I'm just gonna listen to the body. So while I'm hanging, we're gonna do a little bit more yoga massage today too, which is all incorporated into my AirX therapeutics. We're gonna actually continue to use our hands, not to push, not to force, but to feel. And that is really the solution. We need to slow down and listen and feel. So even though you are going to get strong and you are going to get flexible, we'll absolutely work with mobility and joint health. I really want this to be an opportunity for you to feel the nervous system reset, which is really popular right now. You know, that expression is nervous system regulation. But literally after doing this for 27 years, working with the physical body and understanding the interface with the electromagnetics, with the electrical, which is through the nervous system, which is accessing the subtle energy body levels and layers that connect us to spirit, to connect us to our life force source. So it all down steps through the layers into the nervous system, into the physical body. And that's why this nervous system connection that people are waking up to and realizing is so profound, especially if something gets pinched. So that might be there's too much pressure, right? We listen to the body and we ask, you know, what is it? Is it too much contraction? Almost 100% of the time it's yes. So that's why the swing, which opens up and creates expansion, is the solution. Is it too much pressure? Yes. If you ask the body and listen, it'll tell you. You just have to ask the right questions. And I teach my people, my clients, and my dearest friends and students how to utilize the body pendulum, the body intelligence to communicate with you. And I do this with them so that if any point they get stuck or they're not sure, usually because they're not asking the right questions, we can slow it down and feel it together, because I work through the feeling tone. I work through the quantum field and I can feel you. No matter where you are, I can still feel you. And so when we are connected through the field, then we work with frequency modulation and feeling. All of this I've weaved into this amazing 5-day experience where you can watch the workshops that are just 2 hours, or you can do the full training at your own pace and time, which is 4 hours for each one, totaling 20. So please do join us. I'm gonna drop the link in the comments here. Private message me. I would love to go deeper. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet and just do about 5 more minutes with you. But really, it's an opportunity to feel together, to do these master classes, to understand, like, already just being with you, keeping my hands in the places where I'm being cued, asking the body what it needs and listening, so huge. And we can incorporate this into our movement, into our exercise. I'm going to keep supporting the head and come on back nice and easy. I'm going to gently rock, giving the body what it needs, not forcing, not pushing, just listening. And for anybody with an injury, I hope this feels yummy and delicious and gives you an opportunity to slow down. Sometimes it is the lower back. Sometimes for me it's the knees. This is unusual, but if like any sort of headache comes up or any sort of neck pain or pinch, then we want to look at like what kind of pressure are we experiencing? Where is there too much stress? And if there's a need for openness, if there is a need to expand and kind of let go, there's a lot of surrender and letting go that is being asked of us right now. Give your body as well as your mind the time to integrate that so we can have our mind, our body, and our being all lined up, all synergized, because the body can have a little lag time and it'll need time to catch up. And if we don't give it time, that's when we wind up, like I said, tripping, having a random accident, something happening where we wind up either laid up in bed for a week that we weren't planning, where it's no fun, to be recovering from whatever illness, flu, food poisoning. We want to regularly work with the body and reset it every day. And I do these incredible HIIT training practices that I call just 5 minutes in the swing, and I was sharing that with you guys, sharing that throughout the virtual training, how you can just take 5 minutes to reset the body, to really wake it up, and to work with the different organs and systems and parts. So after just doing my gentle rocking from side to side, I'm gonna leave with one last pose so you guys can try it together. I'm gonna put on the leg loops and I'm gonna come up and work directly with neck tractioning. I'm gonna do this very gentle, and at the same time, I'm gonna deeply listen. If for any reason you feel like, I'm good, I just wanna chill and listen to you while you're showing me, go ahead and hop in the swing, and you can always lay back in cocoon and support your head with your hands. So you want your head completely relaxed and the neck is inside the swing. So you make sure that the swing is up on top of your head. And just let the neck really unwind. Any sort of forcing or strong action will trigger the body to contract against it. So we're really moving slowly today. And this is an add-on for the Masterclass because I didn't have an injury at the time to really show you, this is how I work with people. This is how I slow it down. This is what I do in my own body as well. So for those that want to continue on, this was called training wheels in the virtual experience. We're going to get the leg loops on. You can get those on one at a time behind the knees. And then we're going to go ahead and immediately pull ourselves up so they're higher on the legs and supporting. So once they're here, I can actually transition the swing to around the neck. And when I'm here, I also want to make sure that when I lean back, I also feel supported. If I need, or if you need, if anybody needs, we can actually bring these down one, and I'm going to make them lower so that I can sink down and feel a little bit more supported. So you can adjust things up and down. The whole swing set comes with these daisy chains, it comes with the carabiners, it comes with everything you need. So let's try that again and make sure, yeah, that feels better. We're at the right height. Okay, since my neck is extra tender, I'm not going to keep a lot of weight in my neck. So I can actually just push into my feet and push back, and then I can practice gentle, really gentle, back and forth, up and down, and then tractioning at the occiput. So and a lot of times people try to do this with like a towel or a doorknob, and I've just found that just this very sweet, soft fabric that's stretchy helps the neck to let go. So I'm above the neck where the spine inserts into the pelvis at the occiput. I'm letting it stretch straight up, and it just feels amazing. And I'm not forcing, I'm just letting my hips drop gently. And like I said, if it's too much, you can always have your feet on the ground. And then micro movements. We're working with the micro movements just to loosen up and relieve the pressure on the nerve path. And I really hope that this has been helpful. I know there's so many people out there that are very healthy and they have their own practice and they know what to do, but we all have these different weird quirks and these different injuries, and it's our body giving us cues that we need something else. We need something that is next level. And so after doing this all day, every day for so many years, if I wake up with a kinked neck and then I have, some difficulty knowing what to do. I'm sure everybody else winds up having some sort of injury or ailment that is like a mystery to them, and this will really help you. The swing is an incredible interface and reference point. It helps so much to feel the evenness in the body, to come back into balance, to stretch the left and right side in a way that creates symmetry. And we talk quite a bit about that in the training. So yeah, feel free to check out the comments, the description, the links. Please do look it up. I do a free beginning version of the class that comes. If you want the free virtual first day, I did give that as a bonus. So feel free to message us. Me and my team will be happy to connect with you. If you feel like you need a little bit more one-on-one attention, please reach out to me. I would be happy to help you, happy to do some body reading, some body scanning, but also a lot of the work I do is connecting to your higher self, connecting to the soul level, and asking what is the pattern, what is the message, and to help you release that not only from the physical body, but from the whole energetic system that's affecting how we're moving forward. What else do we need? What is the next level? That's really my love and my passion, is to work not only on the physical level, but at the deeper energetic and soulful level. So the whole being, it's a whole body field, ecosystem for your energy body that we can tap into and that we can work with. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I hope that feels really good. Real gentle basics. Stay here for as long as you like. You can rest back into cocoon from here, which is so sweet. If you have the time, take 20 minutes and drop into like a little nap. The body is completely supported. It's so incredible when you're sitting back into cocoon. And once you're here and you can drop in, you can spread everything out. And I like to keep my hands communicating with the part of the body that is having difficulty. So of course, if this was my hips or my lower back, I would bring my hands down to my pelvis and let the energy from my own body communicate. And it's like covering it with an extra healing balm. Like that energy can flow from our fingertips and palms and give that part of the body a little extra. So rest back for another 5-10 minutes. 20 would be even better. Let yourself feel, let yourself absorb, even if it's one of those things where the micro movements are too much. Just resting in cocoon and feeling your body have an opportunity to recalibrate and reset is such a delicious gift. So whatever feels exactly right for you, try it out. Come back, do the virtual training, let me know if you need me, and then if you're curious, pop over to one of the MetaVisions and join us for this full day deep dive. So we have a bunch of empowerment practices, embodiment practices, holographic body enhancements. We do live music, sound healings, breath work. I drop into offering my transmissions, which are basically the Source Speaks live quantum healing experiences where I do like a group healing with sometimes past life regression and sometimes future progression. Right now I've been more connecting people to their higher level future master self and then receiving gifts from the spirit plane. So we have something for everyone. We're working and operating on all levels, what I call the reconnection work. Coming back into your body, connecting with that, connecting with your breath, working with the different tools around mindset, which is basically frequency modulation and knowing how to work with our emotional body, coming into the emotional mastery and learning how to change and change channels or change signals whenever we get stuck on a particular signal. And then integrating that into our mind, body, spirit, mind, body, being connection. So I look forward to hearing from you. You can reach out and catch me at jenhealy.org. And I'm also on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of the platforms at Jen Healy 11 or Jen Healy _Jen Healy. Thank you so much. I look forward to catching you next time, and check out that virtual training. Namaste.